Altcoins are looking pretty good right now. It's November 18th, and hang on, stay with me for a second. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart here, but we'll also take a look at Solana, Ethereum, and XRP and talk about just like the overall state of the altcoin market at this current point in time. Obviously, things aren't great right now. However, the Bitcoin dominance chart here is showing some good signs of life for altcoins. If Bitcoin can really bounce right here as it has started to at $89,000, and right now it's back at about $91,000, $92,000. If this can really be a meaningful bounce, altcoins are in a position to really rip. Now, this might all just be a bounce, right? Not a total recovery here, but there's still an opportunity to make some money. So the Bitcoin dominance chart, if this chart is new to you, as it goes up, it means that Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. As it goes down, as it has been the past week or so, pretty precipitously, it means that altcoins are doing pretty damn well as compared to Bitcoin. And it looks like this wants to fall off a cliff as we're getting a real confident break out of this upward channel that Bitcoin dominance has been in. This means that if Bitcoin can have a meaningful bounce as it has started to today, altcoins are in a position to really profit and recover pretty damn nicely. Now, you might be scratching your head looking at that Bitcoin dominance chart being like, all right, where are all the altcoins pumping if Bitcoin dominance has been going downwards? And it hasn't really been that most altcoins have been pumping. It's that most altcoins have been holding their current price level while Bitcoin's been sliding. Ethereum here over the past really 2.5 weeks or so has for the most part been holding its price point. However, we're starting to see a potential bullish turnaround here because we have a lower low from this point here, but it's barely a lower low. Just like how this was barely a higher high and we started to have bearish momentum, barely a lower low could be an early indicator of a little bit of a reversal here for Ethereum, potentially. However, on the weekly chart, I'm still maintaining a more so bearish picture for Ethereum because with the break of the 55-week EMA, I would still think we should come down to the 100-week EMA at $2,500, but that doesn't mean we couldn't get a momentary bump upwards right now. And XRP looks very much so the same, but even more so over the past 3 weeks to a month even, XRP has really been maintaining the same price point while Bitcoin has been sliding. But just like with Ethereum on the weekly time frame, we broke the 55-week EMA, so coming down to the 100-week EMA, or the 200-week EMA, I should say, is the more likely bearish scenario. But as of right now, that doesn't mean that it couldn't bump upwards right now. And then Solana, out of those big three, doesn't have really many signs of A, really holding any price point here, or B, showing signs of a bullish reversal. However, on the weekly chart, it's much closer to fulfilling the bearish breakout target ahead of those other coins. And in this sense, could be closer to getting a little bit more of a recovery here, even if it's just a momentary bounce. And during this month period or so where we've seen Ethereum and XRP and a few other big coins like BNB hold their price levels much better than Bitcoin has, we've had coins like Zcash over the past month go up 171%, Monero up 28%, even Litecoin here up 2.2%. And a number of other coins in the top 100 that have been holding their price level over the past month or are green, in fact. And this is why Bitcoin dominance has been sliding and sliding pretty precipitously. So Bitcoin earlier today has started showing signs of maybe bouncing off of that $89,000 level. If that can continue, and even Bitcoin just goes up to 96, 97K or even 100K, right? Those are all areas where I would see a lot of resistance for Bitcoin. That bounce for Bitcoin could result in very large bounces for altcoins here. Events we need to be paying attention to, though, are the Fed minutes coming out tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as well as NVIDIA's earnings report coming out at the end of trading around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All of these things could really set these cryptos to really pop or really continue to slide, and those coins that are holding their levels could precipitously drop. So a lot of volatility is shaping up for the altcoin space over the next 24 to 48 hours.